The patented Soles pile is a pile foundation consisting of a mixed steel-concrete structure that, due to its excellent geotechnical and structural performance, results in a very efficient, versatile, and non-invasive instrument that solves deep foundation problems. The main Soles pile applications are building foundation reinforcement, re-establishment of the vertical state of structures, seismic upgrading of structures, works on monumental buildings, deep foundations for new buildings, retaining walls also for the construction of underground floors, also beneath existing buildings, foundation for infrastructures, works in polluted soils. The main components of the Soles pile are: the pile core is made up of a steel pipe surrounded by micro-concrete. Pile driving assembly is the device used by the driving apparatus to utilize the weight of the foundation structure needed for the static driving of the steel core of the pile. The pile driving assembly is made up of the steel pipe with linking rings, the steel base flange, and the pipe for the injection of the concrete mixture. Finally, the Soles pile driving oleodynamic machine, designed and constructed in the Soles factories. For building reinforcement, the construction procedure is divided into the following phases. First of all, the existing floor is removed, and if it is a valuable floor, it can be preserved and reassembled after the consolidation work. Then the thin bedding is laid and the pile driving assemblies are positioned where the Soles piles will be driven. The reinforcement linking the existing structure with the new mat foundation is inserted, and the remaining reinforcement for the mat foundation is then carried out. After the casting of the new mat foundation, the two structures, the old one and the new one, will be perfectly linked. When the concrete of the mat foundation reaches the necessary resistance, the pile driving oleodynamic machine is positioned on the pile driving assembly, and the steel pipe, the core of the pile, is inserted into the pile driving machine. The pile driving machine is provided with two conical vices for the driving of the pipe. The bottom one is anchored to the tube of the pile driving assembly exceeding from the mat foundation, while the top one takes the tube and drives it down. The reinforcement pipe is inserted into the circular flange, having a diameter higher than the one of the pipe. During the Soles pile driving operation, a ring cavity around the pipe is created, which is immediately filled with micro-concrete, whose pressure is constantly measured and monitored. This procedure allows for different aims. It separates the steel tube from any friction against the surrounding soil, helping the driving operation. It prevents the hole from caving in. It makes the soil around the pile denser and denser, and it protects from the corrosion of the steel pipe. When the Soles pile driving operation is finished, the inside of the steel tube is filled with micro-concrete, and the top of the pile driving assemblies and the steel tubes are cut off, resulting in the Soles pile being perfectly linked to the foundation structure. From the description of the Soles method, it is possible to notice the numerous advantages in using this technology, such as Soles pile driving operations are carried out after the construction of the foundation. Absence of provisional works, since facilities and machineries are lightweight and small-sized. Possibility of working in confined areas. Lack of irritating noise because all the devices are electrically and hydraulically operated, and therefore any sources of noise pollution are excluded on-site and in the surrounding inhabited areas. Absence of vibrations because the installation is carried out with the use of hydraulic jacks, which cause no disturbance. Absence of excavation connected to the construction of pile foundations, because there is no dumping of materials, extreme tidiness of the workyard and surrounding areas. Possibility of operating in the vicinity of road embankments. Also, due to the construction procedures of the Soles pile, which allows for the precise regulation and constant monitoring of the pressure at which the microconcrete is injected into the pile soil cavity, a pressure that is always kept at a level higher than that of the water permeating the soil, there is absolutely no risk of bringing into contact possible areas of pollution or contamination with waterbeds found at lower levels in the soil. Also, due to the fact that during the driving phase there is no friction between the microconcrete in its fluid state and the soil, the transfer of polluted materials from the upper layer of soil to lower layers is avoided. These characteristics make the Soles pile a modern, reliable and innovative technology that also respects the environment and the nearby existing structures.